I was physically abused as a child, and on many occasions I didn't understand why, or what was going on for such pain and torture. And even after I became an adult, I understood why, or I didn't understand why these terrible things were happening to me. I found out later that it all could have been prevented if I just would have said what was happening to me, and if I just would have spoke to someone about the abuse that I was going through. My name is Bill, and I'm a children's pastor, and today I would like to speak with you about child abuse, examples of child abuse, and ways to prevent it. According to childhelp.org, there are 3.3 million reports of child abuse in the United States of America alone, and there are an average of 5 deaths a day because of those child abuses. This is something that can't go unnoticed, and it's extremely unacceptable for us to have that. That statistic is something that we want to see go down, not up, and it has been going up. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is about preventing child abuse. And if you would go to childhood-usa.org, it's a great website, and honestly I encourage you to refer others to this website because it shows how child abuse can be stopped and prevented. And if we prevent the issue, then there is no issue at all. There's no child abuse going on. If we can just learn to prevent it, and if we look at websites like this, if we look at websites like childhood-usa.org, we would know how to prevent such a terrible issue. Examples of child abuse would be, if you would go to americanhumane.org, there's 2 examples that I took from that website that I'm going to share with you guys today. One is your neighbor's young child frequently plays in the street unsupervised. That's something that you might look at as neglect or abuse. That's something to keep your eyes open for. And then another one is if you're in a parking lot in a car, like at the post office or somewhere, on a hot day and the child's alone and crying, that the child has been left alone, that's a form of abuse and neglect. And those are just 2 examples I gave you. There's many examples that we can all think of as child abuse or neglect. And actually, I want to share something with you about a friend of mine named Joe. He's a great friend, a friend of mine and a co-worker, and he himself was abused. And when I asked him about being abused as a child, he explained it to me like this when I asked him how he dealt with it. He said, "I always felt ashamed because I thought that I did something wrong growing up, and that wasn't the case. But after I realized it wasn't my fault and got some help, it was a slow but great process to overcome what had happened to me." And Joe is now a youth pastor at the same church that I'm a children's pastor at. And Joe had to deal with this abuse so much growing up and all the way into his adulthood. And like he said, it's a slow process, but it is a process. So those who are abused, we need to realize that it is a process for them to overcome that, but we need to stop it before it happens. But there are just so many ways that kids are abused and so many ways to prevent it, but it all just takes us together to learn how to prevent it and to stop child abuse. And the Bible tells us in Psalm 139, verse 13, it says, "You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb." This one verse tells me, and should tell you guys as well, that we're all special to God, and He doesn't want us harmed. He doesn't want us to be harmed. So let's do our part in preventing child abuse and stopping it. Tell others about it. Refer them to these sites. If you see it, speak up. Speak up. It is a serious, serious matter in today's society. So always remember, 5 deaths a day occur from child abuse. Thank you so much.